Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergog, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at what the Theocracy of Slane thought about the supposed hero of humanity, Momon the Adventurer. But before we're going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's take a look at the topic at hand. Momon and Nabe are the secret identity of Ain Sul Gon and the battlemate Naber al-Gamma, and they are generally seen as very honorable and powerful human adventurers, achieving the highest rank of the Adventurer Guild, the Adamantite rank, in a very short time span. Nabe's beauty and Momon's power are talked about far and wide, and aside from them being seen as upstarts and unwanted competition by other adventurers, or being seen as a valuable political asset that no one wants the other side in a dynastic dispute in the Riestal's kingdom to have, the opinion about the two were extremely positive. And this was what Ain Sul Gon had wanted, because originally he wanted to reveal his identity, that is his true identity as the undead overlord Ain Sul Gon, eventually, once he is famous enough, and well liked and respected enough for him to simply pull off his mask and announce, "Yes, I am undead. No, I don't want to kill or eliminate you. Yes, I'm actually a good guy. I'm basically like Ark from Skeleton Knight in another world, so don't worry about me." But then in Volume 7, as Ainz had realized that he accidentally ordered his minions to conquer the entire world. And now that the preparations for this were well and truly advanced, he couldn't just backpedal and tell that this was all a misunderstanding. So instead, the character of Momon was used to stabilize the fledgling sorcerer kingdom that Ain Sul Gon, at least from the perspective of the NPCs of Nezarec, totally meant to create in the first place. Because after everyone that could flee the city of Irantel, and presumably also the wider territories around the city that became part of the sorcerer kingdom did so, and while the rest of the population cowered in fear, Momon was desperately needed to show every single remaining human in the new nation that they had a powerful ally on their very own side, that even if the Sorcerer King would want to become cruel and tyrannical, Momon, the hero of humankind, would be there to stop him. And with this reassurance, the Sorcerer Kingdom could finally stabilize and eventually prosper, leading to just a few months or a year after the initial conquest to a full third of the population not only begrudgingly acknowledging but also welcoming Ain Sul Gon as their new undead overlord. And they now support his reign out of their own choice, simply because now that the economy has recovered, they see the many advantages that the Sorcerer King's rule had brought to them in terms of wealth, stability, peace, and amenities. However, the Theocracy of Slane, who one might think would welcome the fact that the totally human hero Momon shakes the power and the ambitions of the Sorcerer King, and thus keeping the humans in the newly conquered territory safe, would welcome this selfless act of this legendary hero. But the Theocracy thought differently. During the Council of the Upper Echelons of the Theocracy, the Cardinals, the military leadership, and the Pontifex had been relatively skeptical about the true intentions of Momon. Everything that happened went too smooth, too well, too unmessy as to be a complete natural development. Momon's enormous power, his meteoric rise to prominence, and to the top of the Adventurer Guild, the coincidence that Momon showed up in Irantel, the first city the Sorcerer King later came to rule, only for Momon to become the enforcer of an undead overlord. All of this smelled fishy. I mean, if the Sorcerer King could be slain by Momon, if the hero of humanity was so confident in his ability to destroy the undead overlord, why hasn't he simply done so? I mean, if he truly wanted to protect the life of innocent humans from collateral damage, like he claimed during his fight against the demon emperor Yaldabaoth, who threatened to unleash his kin to devastate the city of Riestais with 1 million inhabitants. If he was not allowed to withdraw after losing to this dark knight, then why did Momon not aid the kingdom of Riestais in the battle against the Sorcerer King's dark young on the battlefield of the Katz Plain? Why did he not rush to the aid of the king and his beleaguered force when the fighting was still way away from the city? And why did he reveal himself as a potential threat to the Sorcerer King in the first place? And why did he so openly challenge him, thereby risking the life of all of the humans in the vicinity of the Sorcerer King and his forces? For if the threat would have failed to take an effect, the Sorcerer King could have simply blackmailed Momon to either surrender or watch his minions slay every human in the city. Not to mention that the Sorcerer King marched into the city surrounded by Death Knights and other powerful allies, such as his Prime Minister and the Floor Guardian Overseer, Albedo, even if Momon hadn't known about the power that this beast carries. The army alone was plain and visible to all, so it likely had been these inconsistencies that have led the Theocracy to question the motives of the dark hero Momon, and they suspect that Momon and Ainsulgon could be very much in cahoots, that they are working together. And the Theocracy also noted that now all of a sudden other powerful figures, like the vampire that Momon had supposedly slain, or the demon emperor had shown up, all of a sudden at roughly the same time. So there was also a bit of suspicion that maybe, just maybe, all of them were secretly working together. But this last thought had also been quickly dismissed by the council, because they found it very unlikely that all of them were actually truly working together, that there was a single force behind all of these seemingly unrelated incidences. So while the truth was not outright acknowledged and dismissed as downright impossible, the Theocracy's leadership at one point in time at least entertained the idea that everything that happened, the appearance of the vampire, the demon emperor, of Momon and Nabe, and the accursed Sorcerer King, are all coordinated by one central force. So the Theocracy of Slane was not enraptured and captivated by the brave hero of humanity that Momon pretended to be, but they grew suspicious of him very quickly as soon as he agreed to work as the enforcer of the Sorcerer King. And with that said, now it's your turn. What do you think about the video about Momon and the creeping suspicion of the Theocracy of Slane? Let me know it down in the comment section. And while you type, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Ader Daddy Ader, ASK, Badger Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dragonlord Placidus Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralchivan, Guy with That Hat, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Lovebrazer, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, oh hell no, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito27, Venger Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.